Welcome to this Bridgewater Now update. I'm John Luck. We start off the first update with how we started many off in 2020, and that's by talking about the local impacts of the COVID-19 pandemic. Bridgewater, along with about 200 other cities and towns here in the Bay State, have been elevated to a red level, which means a higher risk of transmitting COVID-19. We show you the local numbers that are released weekly on our Facebook page, and the trends show that Bridgewater is certainly seeing an elevation in numbers. These represent 2-week totals, and the troubling trend in positivity percentage goes back to November when we saw a 0.97% positivity rate. Fast forward about 2 months, and you can see, according to the state report, the town has a 13.21% positivity rate, which is the 15th highest percentage rate among qualifying communities here in Massachusetts. As far as positive tests go here in Bridgewater, the week of the 6th was the 4th straight week with 300 plus positive tests with 383. That's down 7 from the New Year's report, which was the highest mark during the pandemic. 2021 is here, but before the new year began, Town Manager Michael Dutton and Town Council President Sean George were in a video that thanked Bridgewater residents for continuing to show that even though we're farther apart, residents continue to be there for one another and keeping each other as safe as possible.
As we count down to 2021, we want to take a moment to reflect on 2020 and most importantly to say thank you.
Thank you for working together to keep Bridgewater safe.
Thank you for following public safety guidelines and always wearing your mask.
We've always known Bridgewater is a caring and generous community, but over the past 10 months, you've taken it to a new level.
Thank you for checking on your neighbors, making cloth masks for each other, and donating food when others were struggling.
Thank you for looking out for each other and supporting local small businesses.
Thank you for always asking what you could do to help and then stepping up.
We truly appreciate how engaged you've become in the workings of town government.
The participation in our town council meetings and other committee meetings has been growing, and the numbers of volunteers coming forward to offer their time and expertise has been tremendous.
We wish you all a better
and brighter 2021.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, there was a second video that thanked the town's employees who have worked in the Academy building and remotely as well. The town manager said that even when there was a switch to remote operations, the public never saw a difference in the delivery of quality services. It may be hard to believe, but yes, there is an election scheduled for April 24th. Papers are available for the annual town election, and there are a number of seats available. On the town council, a seat in districts 1, 2, 5, and an at-large spot currently held by Dennis Gallagher are up for election. There are 2 seats on the BR School Committee, and so far 3 names on the ballot. Michael Dolan, Jason Hammond, who are the incumbents, and you can see Tim Fitzgibbon's name on the screen, as his time on the council will be ending on April, so he's looking to return to the school committee, a role he's held in the past. There will be 2 spots open on the Rainham side of the BR School Committee, and both towns will be able to vote on the BR portion of the ballots. 3 spots will be open on the Bridgewater Public Library trustees, and the town clerk will appear on the ballot for a 3-year term. Papers can be obtained by calling the town clerk's office at 508-697-0921, and the deadline to obtain nomination papers is March 4th. The library is set to introduce a new database to the town. Lightbox is a curriculum-based portal that has science, technology, life science, social studies, and much more. With Lightbox, you can read books online, and there are different activities, quizzes, and videos on different books and topics. There are over 30,000 pages of interactive content, so if you have a student in school, this may be perfect for you. For more information, visit bridgewaterpubliclibrary.org, click on the Kids tab, and scroll to Featured Resources. You can also call the library at 508-697-3331. Turning to your health today, and this is a unique winter as both the flu and COVID are circulating at the same time. Now, if you end up being unlucky enough to get one or both viruses, you may actually be able to care for yourself or somebody in your home without actually having to leave your house.
People with milder cases of influenza or COVID should pay attention to staying hydrated, monitor their temperature, monitor their breathing, get some rest, and obviously isolate.
Both viruses are similar in symptoms and are almost impossible to tell apart without actually taking a test. It's recommended that you call your healthcare provider if you think you are dealing with either the flu or COVID-19 because testing and treatment options may differ. While there aren't any approved outpatient treatments for COVID, there are prescription treatments for the flu. So whether it's the flu or COVID, the top tip is to recognize the symptoms and seek help if necessary.
People should consider going to the emergency room or calling their doctor if they have severe shortness of breath, confusion, productive cough, meaning bringing up a lot of sputum with coughing, or any other symptom that is causing them distress that they can't take care of themselves at home.
While many people are waiting for their turn to receive the COVID vaccine, it's recommended to receive the flu shot as it is available right now. Over the past 10 months or so, we have been isolated with Zoom calls or during the holidays holding Zoom parties and, of course, working from home. A recent Gallup poll showed that mental health and the emotional well being of people has taken a nosedive. There are some tips to help make 2021 a happier year and perhaps the best year. First, focus on the upside of a bad situation. This sounds obvious, but putting it in 2020 terms for the news, when you hear about the pandemic or bad news, think about those that are volunteering or helping out and demonstrating selflessness. Frame 2020 as a lesson to learn and not misery to endure. Think about what you can learn from 2020, and if there is a negative aspect, use it as a stepping stone or a roadblock and think about how you can make it better in 2021. And finally, practice finding solitude. It's crazy just about every day for many people, so find 5 or 10 minutes to help find peace of mind. It could be meditating, looking out the window, or simply just thinking. These tips come from Brian Robinson of Forbes magazine. And finally, today, nothing wakes you up after New Year's Eve better than a dip into frigid waters. This is what members of the Rotary Club of the Bridgewaters did back on New Year's Day. You can see some of the club members, along with a couple of their friends, went into the water and on set to help raise funds to alleviate hunger and homelessness both locally and globally. The Rotary Club has raised nearly $10,000 for the effort. And for more information on the club, contact President Deb Tennant. We have the email for her at the bottom of the screen. Thank you for watching this Bridgewater Now update. I'm John Locke.